We welcome you to the Heartland, 7 miles from downtown Kansas City. GEHA Field at Arrowhead Stadium for more than a half-century. The home of the Kansas City Chiefs. Straight ahead, we've got a good one on tap. It's the Tennessee Titans and the Kansas City Chiefs. With my partner, Greg Olson, I'm Mike Tirico. We are just about set to kick it off. Off we go from Arrowhead. And he'll manage to get this ball only to about the 20-yard line.
From one of the loudest venues in the National Football League, you get a look there at GEHA Field at Arrowhead Stadium here in Kansas City. Today it's week 3, and we've got a good one in store, as it'll be the Tennessee Titans taking on the Kansas City Chiefs. Two 1-1 teams here, each looking to move over 500, and we're underway here in week 3. And that'll be a little too hot to handle, as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They go play fake. Mahomes. Throw the same line, complete on the left side. Down the left sideline. And he's all the way down to the 13-yard line. A huge play there right off the bat. 52 yards. That catch for his career is number 589, so 11 away from 600, but it also right now ties him with Hall of Famer Fred Biletnikoff.
And we remember Fred Biletnikoff well because of the way he went about his business in catching the football. And we're seeing something similar here. Someone who runs precise routes, has excellent hands, and knows how to get the ball to the end zone.
The excellent play last time is followed by a much more routine gain of 3. 7 yards left for second down. Ball at the 10. Now Mahomes. Right side will be taken in by Henderson. And he'll get this down inside the 5 to the 4 before he's out of bounds. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. Two yards still to go. Third down now.
Hey, Ripley.
Out of the gun, they give to Henderson. He's in. Touchdown, Kansas City. Trevion Henderson, his third rushing touchdown on the year. And the Chiefs will jump on top of the game's first score here this afternoon. Extra point by Bucker is on target. And that makes the score 7-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And it's picked up by the Chiefs. And they will take over at the 26-yard line. And careless with the football there on the kick return.
And one thing I love about going to practices is trying to get around coaches and hear their catchphrases and what they really emphasize. We haven't been a single one yet this year where a guy fielding a kick, you don't hear, tuck it away, tuck it away, tuck it away. And this time, they turned it over.
Ball security eluded him.
It's all pretty simple sometimes, isn't it? Go where the defenders are not, and he does exactly that. Makes a nice catch to move the chains. Defense got to find a better way of accounting for the shorter routes that are being run against them.
And Mahomes is going to keep it. And take it Chiefs touchdown. Patrick Mahomes, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Chiefs are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point by Bucker is on target. And it's now 14-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And we'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Looking to put a drive together. Moore, the man in motion. So the drive's going to start with past the 30, second down coming up. And you talk about this Chiefs defense. Well, they've been a very good unit against the pass, defending at 5th best in the league.
Yeah, defending the pass hasn't been an issue for them. It's been stopping the run. And if they don't stop the run, they can't get back to their strength, which is guarding against the air attack.
They go back to Pollard on second down. And he's going to lose yardage here. And chalk that up as a 4-yard loss. And now it's third down. This defense for the Chiefs, much improved from week one. They were terrific last week in getting their guys their first win of the season.
Yeah, they only allowed 13 points, and you can poll all 32 coaches, and I guarantee you they'd say, we'll take that every single week. Well, let me think about that for a second. Maybe there'll be one contrarian that would say, give me 10.
And he'll be tackled right on the chalk at a 45. So the penalty declined, and they will keep the yardage on the completion.
And you can almost see him compartmentalize there throughout the route. Fought hard at the line of scrimmage, a lot of hand checking throughout the route. Great job staying focused on the football and pulling it in through the contact.
And able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. Good yardage after the catch. Is that play good for 30 and a first?
Seems like all the fireworks in this first quarter have been on the other sideline, but here they're saying, hey, we got some explosive guys on our side too. And that's a big play in a game that's looking like it might be full of big plays.
Ready.
It's the rookie on the floor. And working inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. Add the gain here to the previous play, and it's better than 40 yards total. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script, you go through your play calling, you go through all the stuff and establish things, and it looks like it's really right now for them.
Down to the 6-yard line on a pickup of 6 as he gets halfway to the goal line. When you're down early, how do you get back in the game, maybe establish the run? I think they're trying to do that.
Now, I'm with you on that one, and what I like about the message is that there's no panic from the head coach. He's already told his offensive coordinator, let's run the football, let's get things settled down a little bit, and find our way back into this game.
Second down, throw it again. And the Titans are going to be set up with a first and goal. He couldn't quite reach the chalk, but they'll have it at the 1-yard line. A couple of nice carries back-to-back here, establishing the ground game a bit.
Yeah, these aren't bare-bones runs now. I mean, they're getting substantial yardage, the kind of yards you're looking for, right? Let's go ahead and use a cliche. Stay ahead of the change, right? 5 or more yards each time. That's what you're looking for in setting the tone and getting your offense out.
A touchdown run there from a yard out. And the Titans are back within a score.
Sometimes offense, if you get too cute down near the goal line, but there's nothing fancy about this one. As Coach Lombardi would say, we get a seal here, and we get a seal here, and we run this play in the alley. And that's good work to hit the hole hard and finish in the end zone.
There's the Titan kick team as they run up and send this one away. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. Now he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now,
but the Niners connect to tie it in. And the Chiefs have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. Extra point by Butker is on target. And it's now 21-7. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. Right now, Charles, it just feels like they're trying to keep pace. They did score the touchdown last time out, but they still trail by double digits here. We'll see if this offense is once again up to the task.
Yeah, and I think that after the last drive, they've gotten pretty well done. Everything they were doing was working pretty well. They go back out there with the same mindset, the same tempo, the same pace. Still a lot of time left to make something happen in this one.
His first carry of their second drive, pretty solid. And, of course, remember back to their first drive, really strong throughout that one.
Not only is he getting good blocking up front, but how about his vision to find the holes? He's seeing things before they even open and hurdling through them.
Now a play fake here on first down. He'll complete this one. He'll come through. And he's brought down. 13 yards is the pickup for Tennessee and a first down.
A nice chunk play from the tight end position, and it illustrates the cohesiveness that he and his quarterback have. Both saw the extra defender doubling him up, and they still combined for the completion and big gain.
Will be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. A pretty wild first quarter. 21-7, our score. From the 32 now, here's first and 10. He'll look to throw. That's complete to DK. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. A good pickup there at 22. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Here's the option. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. Only a yard on the keeper, and it'll be second down.
Typically on the read option play, when we talk about responsibilities, we're talking about what the quarterback has to go through. How about the inside linebacker, though? His job on this play, shadow the quarterback and hold him to a short gain. Did it to perfection.
They run straight ahead here with Hunter. And he will score. Touchdown, Titans. Tony Pollard, an 8-yard touchdown run. And the Titans have got it back to within a score. Point after, right down the middle. And they're back within a touchdown at 21-14. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes it's not really true. Last time, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. That's caught. It's Xavier Worthy. And William past the 35 before he's taken down. Good work after the catch. Going to net him 23 and a first. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
His second catch, this one not quite as dynamic as his first. And it's second down. He'll go right back to St. Brown. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a third down. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. Now here's Mahomes. He overshot it. It's incomplete.
There are not many times where you might say it's a detriment to have a quarterback with a cannon for an arm, but this might be one of those few times. He just laid that one out there a bit too far, and his receiver couldn't run under it.
This is taken number 15. It'll be another 40 yards there following a 43-yard punt, 3-yard return, and it'll be Titan football. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles' defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. Rush coming in, he's taken down. That's George Karlaftis who fought his way through the line to bury him. Everybody was coming on the blitz that time, and they got home.
And you know the expression, hat on a hat, in terms of blocking, trying to keep your quarterback protected? Well, if you don't have enough hats, that's the end result. Your quarterback goes down, and sometimes he goes down hard.
He'll look to throw here. This complete to Rondale Moore.
And that was yours that they needed there after the sack on first down. They didn't get all of it back, but now they look at third down as a manageable situation, one that they have a much better chance of picking up.
Third and 3. They're going to look to throw. Here's Clark. And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 42. Nice third down conversion and even 20 yards. So now first and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 42-yard line. It's incomplete.
So it looks like they still have some fight in them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But if this defense gets 2 more stops, they can keep them out of that area.
Second and 10.
Let's go.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up third down. Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. Back to throw again. Left sideline down, and it looks like he's got it. Third catch in this first half for him, and this one is a first down. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Second down.
What a luxury to have a guy like this who can not only spell your starter, but can come in and keep drives going.
Second and 5. first and goal coming up as the tackle made at the 3-yard line.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
A chance now to get even before the break as they come up first and goal. They'll try to run this one in. Into the end zone for a Tennessee touchdown. A great effort there with his second touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Titans are an extra point away from tying the ball game here in the final minute of the first half. Extra point splits the uprights. And that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away. We'll see a return here from the end zone. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And they've got just under 50 seconds, so time enough to try to work their way downfield if they so choose. He takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a first down.
Any questions of how they'd approach this drive were answered right there. They come out throwing, and they get a nice pickup here toward the end of the first half.
Hey, rip left. Fall down these. Yellow.
Working from the gun, Mahomes. He's going to rifle one deep left side. Kansas City touchdown. And Xavier Rhodey, 63 yards. And the Chiefs will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half. Butker now to add the extra point. It's good. That makes it a 28-21 game. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And bulldozing his way through. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. The Chiefs will use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. A little under 30 seconds to go. We'll see how they play it here on 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He's going to loft it deep right sideline. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in.
And they're not going to go quietly into this halftime break. They know they're in for a fight, so they're trying to make every possession count. They took the big shot there, but it winds up incomplete.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. He'll look to throw. This one complete. It's Devon Vela. He's got this almost to the 40 before going out. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a first down. Looking to throw. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, And he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line. But once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
They'll look to throw again. This pass deep for Cockrell. And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. And the Chiefs are going to have the football here at their own 18-yard line. Well, Charles, you're so close to halftime there. You throw the interception. Not only that, you do give it to them in plus territory as well.
Yeah, they were pushing real hard to try and get something more on the board on their side of the ledger right before the half. Looking at it with 20/20 hindsight, though, might have been better to hand it off a few times, hoping to get something to break instead of putting the ball in the air and, of course, putting the ball in jeopardy.
The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And with only 4 seconds on the clock, time likely for just one snap of the football. They'll rifle this one deep right side. And incomplete on a deep ball. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's been a shootout so far. We'll see which defense can make the adjustments as we get back underway in the second half. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. And all in all, a pretty solid return. He only got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34. Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. Well, Charles, in that first half, we saw a fair amount of offense on both sides of the football, and now the team trailing here will start with it in the third quarter.
And we both know this coach pretty darn well, don't we? Because his game planning is always on point. And now that he's getting the ball to start the second half, how about all the offense that you already referenced in the first half? He'll put that all together and come out with something really strong, I believe, to get things going here in the third quarter.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. He'll drop to throw. This one incomplete. Too much contact to roll out of that one, and it's 3rd down.
As this old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out high. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
Now on 3rd and long, they look to throw. Drops this underneath for Howard. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. They'll run forward with Pollard. I'm not sure he got there. Did they stop him? They did. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Chiefs will have the football back in excellent field position.
Yellow! Yellow, yellow!
Looking to throw is Mahomes. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
That was nice work there defensively to force incompletion. Now, even though this drive started in plus territory, they're still not in field goal range yet. So they can work towards another couple of stops and not allowing that turnover to hurt.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
Fall down these two! Fall down these two! Right!
Out of the game, Robert Henderson. And this defense not ready for that one as he'll take this down inside the 25. That good for 19 and a first down.
Right!
On play action, it's Mahomes. It's complete. And takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. A great play there. His first touchdown here of the new campaign. And there target. And the lead now up to 14. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And makes it across the 20s. His guys will set up shot at the 23-yard line. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. Charles, we know that this offense is aggressive. We saw that last drive. They went for it on fourth down, didn't get it. Then they give up the touchdown, so now we feel like they really need to respond here.
They certainly do, but let's face it, sometimes when you take that risk, you understand if you fail, a little more onus goes back on your ball club to try and pick themselves back up.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Pollard will take it up again. The reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down.
You got to figure the further they fall behind, the more you think that they'll get away from the run. They're trying to stick with it, but the results, they just aren't there.
2nd and 13. Pass complete to Miller. Third completion there against double coverage. And Charles, one of those guys had a pick on him earlier.
Yeah, so he didn't allow that to deter him at all, did he? In fact, it probably was a challenge. Okay, you got to pick me for it. It's my turn now to make the big play, and that's exactly what he did.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. They'll send a receiver here in motion right. And that is incomplete. He had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
My first thought is surprise because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
Still just the 3rd quarter, but they've got to make something happen. I think they know that. They're going for it on 4th. They'll bring the tight end in motion right. From the midfield strike, they'll look to throw. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he's got this down to the 35. How about them biting off 15 yards there on the 4th down attempt and keeping the drive alive? So the drive will indeed continue. 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Back to 60. Back to 60. Let's go.
A play action fake. They look to throw. Wide open receiver complete. Touchdown, Titans. Chigakakwa, 34 yards. And the Titans have cut it back within a score.
And what a weapon he is at the tight end spot, because when they throw him the football downfield, they count on him getting additional yardage almost every time. And that's exactly what he did there. Caught that, ran with it, all the way to the end zone.
Now here's a whistle and a timeout. It's called by the receiving team here. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. And they will not get a chance to return this one. It's through the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. Pretty important 3rd quarter drive for them. Momentum has sort of shifted the other direction after that last touchdown as they nurse this small lead. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. Play action. Now it's Mahomes. And the Titan defense steps up here, and down he goes. They called the corner blitz, and Roger McCreary, he got in there and earned the sack.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw up a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
From the gun on third down, Mahomes. Throw will be incomplete.
And that's a really good job there defensively. They went into this possession knowing that they needed to get a stop. They're in a tight ball game, and they got it done. Great work to force the 3 and out. Got the football right back for their offense. They've got to go to the sidelines feeling pretty good about themselves and encouraging their offensive mates to get some points.
On the 46, a return of 5. And they will take over first and 10. Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now. Looking to get out of the shot.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go around.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days. But you can flex him out. You can run wide receiver routes with him. You can make him a primary target, and that's how he'll shred a defense.
It'll be a handoff to Peter. Near the 40 to the 39. Hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. We'll step aside and get an update when we return to KC. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a first and 10. One back in the backfield, he'll get the kill. It's a pretty strong running there as he'll take this across the 50 and down to the 44. First down. It's a screen pass. That's complete. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49.
Well, that wasn't exactly a thing of beauty. I know they completed the pass, but look at the yardage lost. I mean, who does that make happy?
That's why I don't play in PPR points per reception fantasy leagues right there.
You
don't deserve anything for that.
But you get credit for it? Is that how that works?
Yeah.
Well, I know whoever has this team's defense, they were happy about that play.
Still 15 yards to go, second down. That's complete to DK. He's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. On first down, they go to the ground. To about the 26 here. So both teams trade touchdowns, and the third as we're through 3 quarters of play. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Second down and 6 now from the 26.